stuff, you know. Um, this is what I'm thinking, okay, and I think a lot of people are writing Sergio Martinez off at this moment, and you know, you guys made some great valid points, okay, who has he fought, et cetera, blah, 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 you know, but the thing is this, man, is that styles make fights, and the fighters that have been put in front of Paul Williams have all had dead feet, guys that are really in front of him. Cantana showed that if you have some footwork and you can outmaneuver the tall, lanky, freak-like Paul Williams, you can win. Now, Sergio Martinez has got that style. It's really awkward. You really don't know when he's going to dart in and out. You don't know where the shots are going to come from. And he's a big 154-pounder. This is not a small guy, okay? This is a big guy that comes up to 160, above 160 when he steps into the ring. So we're not looking at a small guy. The thing about this, though, is he's fast, and he packs a good punch behind his punches where he can keep Paul Williams very humble. You know, being that Paul Williams, if you look at the guy that's been with Paul for the last of his career, you got Winky, you got Phillips, you got other guys below that that haven't had that big punch of a big man, where Sergio Martinez really, honestly, to me, is a little bit more dangerous than Kelly Pavlik, because Kelly Pavlik is one of those guys that's going to be there to be hit. Sergio Martinez, to me, doesn't seem like he's going to do that. Now, where Paul Williams can blow him out right away, I don't see that. I see a real kind of back-and-forth type of fight in the beginning until Sergio Martinez slows down and ends up being a standing target for Paul Williams. But Paul Williams is going to have to put in a lot of work to get Sergio Martinez to be at one spot, you know, to land those flurries of shots. Because, you know, even though, you know, the Punisher, he throws out a volume of punches, what difference does that make if the opponent is not there in front of him to hit? Well, I don't think it's going to, I mean, when you got a guy like Paul Williams who comes forward and is going to throw a lot of shots, I would say the bigger ring would help out Sergio Martinez a lot more. It would fair for him to kind of use his legs, use the ring, get away from the shots, keep it out at a distance, and what I think he would want to do, you know, where a smaller ring would fit for, I think it would spell for destruction for Sergio Martinez. Now, whether if it be, you know, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 KO for Paul Williams like Manny's over here throwing on the chat room, I don't know. I doubt it. I think it's going to go all the way. I think it's going to go all the way to the decision, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that
too. But where does Sergio try to get his shots in? Does he try to get them in between Paul Williams' combinations, or does he try to just pick his shots and dip in and out, you know, and turn Williams a lot more?
He's got to turn Williams in order to get them shots. To tee off, really honestly, he's got to turn Williams where Williams is not set, where Williams is not going to be able to throw that 4 or 6 punch combination that he likes to throw. So meaning that he's going to have to be in front of him, then get underneath him and turn him so that he can just catch him off guard. And that's kind of pretty much what Cantana did, was throw that right hand, which was always in his hard pivot, and that's why he was successful against Paul Williams. The point is, though, can he keep up that pace, Sergio Martinez? Because we've seen him gas out when he faced Kerman Cintrone, you know, with the pressure. And that already being said, is a lot of questions where, yeah, you got to kind of think, does Martinez have enough to keep Paul Williams, which is a naturally bigger man, a guy that comes forward, a guy that throws a lot of shots. But I still would have to say, I wouldn't be surprised if Martinez can do something to Paul Williams that we haven't seen yet.
You're saying, okay, do you think he could hurt Williams or something like that to take Williams' confidence away?
I think he could. I think he could hurt Williams. I think, and being that said, okay, I mean, Peter Yemen just made a great point right now. Williams has got hit by Winky, Vernon Phillips, and Cantana in the first fight. Paul Williams is not the slickest boxer. This guy gets hit a lot too, you know, because the reason why is because he opens up. You know, he gets right there, he sits there, and he kind of leans in forward, you know, with that left foot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. He leans in forward, where that to me, it's gonna be good for Martinez to capitalize on, but maybe with an uppercut or you know drop one of his straight. I think that could be a telling of the fight. I think that if Martinez uses his natural ability, which is his speed, that he'd be able to maybe, I wouldn't call it much of an upset, guys. I really wouldn't say it would, because I would say this is a 50-50 fight in my opinion. I say I don't agree with you. I think Paul can pull it off, but I think it's going to be very slim. I think it's going to be one of those tight decisions where he pulls it off. I don't want to put Paul Williams in the same category of Margarito because I still think they're a little bit different where Paul Williams, he has shown that he has some punch now. He's packing a punch, but I don't know if he's still a world beater. He's one of those guys that just has so much volume that he overwhelms you. You know what I mean? Like he just literally breaks you down by throwing so many shots that Martinez may be broken down because of that. The thing is, though, he's got to catch Martinez. He's just got to catch him. And I think that's where it's going to drag out to the later rounds. And I think that's what it's going to come down to, that when it does get dragged out to those later rounds, can Paul Williams knock him out in the late rounds to show he has power, or does he walk away with a decision, and a very thin decision, over Martinez? And I'm going to say it's going to be razor thin. I think he's going to win maybe a point or two above Sergio Martinez. Martinez is going to have his moments, and you're going to see Martinez doing it cautious but having his spots where he will walk away with, winning that particular round.